There are still billions of dollars available for businesses through the Employee Retention Credit Federal Tax Credit Program. Stenson Tamadon has helped companies with less than 500 employees retrieve over $3.4 billion in tax credits through employee retention credits. Call Stenson Tamadon today at 866-934-8461 today to start your application. That's 866-934-8461 to apply. Call now.
Welcome to another AutoSuccess Executive Spotlight interview. My name is Brian Ankney. I'm your host, and today my guest is Arabah Woodberry from Chase. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me. The studio is amazing. Everyone's been really nice. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, yeah, we're excited to have you. First question I'd like to ask you is just tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, what drew you to the automotive space and you know, like what you do.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Vancouver, Canada, and I went to college in Washington State, high school and college. And after graduation, I thought I could either go back home to Canada or go see what the sunshine is all about. Anyone that's been to the Pacific Northwest knows that it's gray and rainy a good chunk of the year. So I packed up my, I think it was a 96 Geo Prism, and drove down to Phoenix. And, you know, as I was getting settled into life, Chase recruited me actually into their auto line of business. And I didn't really have a lot of experience with the auto industry other than purchasing a vehicle. And I just fell in love with the industry, with the people. I've spent my whole career at Chase in the auto line of business. I started with being a credit analyst on the commercial side, eventually moved into relationship management, and then moved into my current role, which I've been in for almost 2 years, where I oversee all of our minority dealer initiatives for auto. And yeah, I love it. It's a great industry.
Great. Well, you know, let's start with Chase. You know, like how does Chase help dealers? What type of products and services do you offer to, you know, auto dealers?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because the way that customers can shop and finance their vehicles now is just so much different. And even though these changes are happening at Chase, we still believe that the overall dealer, like human touch point, is very important to the overall process. And we actually did a survey where we found that, believe it or not, 77% of people still want to go into the dealership and test drive a car. And, you know, my granddaddy always said, you know, you need to go in and kick the tires. So that's still really relevant. And 57% still want to go in and actually talk face-to-face with the salesperson. And 85% still want to go to the dealership to pick up their vehicle. So, you know, dealers are an essential part of the business, and we recognize that. And we've been making a lot of investments in recent years to help foster this growth and help provide a differentiated experience for our customers, our dealer partners. And, you know, when you look at our indirect business, we've been focused on modernization, and that comes with self-service dealer tools, rehash, improving the overall turn times. And we actually launched a platform where we're able to provide pre-approved customers directly to the dealer CRM. So they can go on the system, see this information, contact the customer, you know, set an appointment and close the deal that way. And it really has been a huge win, and we're really proud of that system. And then on the commercial side, in addition to what we do, you know, with floor plan, commercial lending, treasury management services, we're also really investing in our minority dealer population. And with that, and in my role, I'm 100% focused on these initiatives. And we provide advisory and advocacy services to support minority dealers and resources to help with commercial and floor plan financing. And through this work, we recognize that for Black and Hispanic dealer owners specifically, the greatest barrier to entry is often access to capital. So I'm really proud of the work that we've done because we were able to actually launch recently a pilot special purpose credit program, which is in accordance with federal law, where we're able to provide floor plan financing for first-time Black and Hispanic dealer owners. And the goal is to help them gain ownership of their first store. So just thrilled with what we've been working on and the initiatives that we've been able to launch, and looking forward to the future.
Awesome, that's great. The retail automotive business is always changing. What trends are you seeing right now from your perspective?
Yeah, it's crazy. Things are forever changing. I think the biggest trend that we're seeing now, that honestly it's been in place since the beginning of the pandemic, right, is obviously supply and demand. Demand is still high for new and used vehicles. We see probably demand starting to decrease in the near future, and with that, a lot of it's probably going to be due to affordability, macro concerns. And then when you add in the component shortages and obviously the impact that that's having on inventory and supplies, or supply, it's going to be, there's some changes coming for sure. And then gas prices, we're keeping a close eye on that. I mean, they're still high across the country. And, we're unsure of what that impact is going to be to the market. But, through it all, Chase is still committed to our objectives, which is, to help customers get into vehicles that they can afford, enable our auto dealerships to be able to sustain and grow their business, and supporting manufacturers by providing customized lending solutions. And, one of the great things about JP Morgan Chase is, one thing for sure, we are resilient and we are going to continue to invest. So through these changes, we're going to continue to do so.
You guys really touch, everything from the top to the bottom. The manufacturer,
Absolutely.
the dealer, the consumer. I mean, you guys are a part of all of it.
Absolutely.
Digital retailing has been a hot topic for a while. Everybody's talking about it. How's it going to change the industry? How it has changed the industry? How do you see it affecting your business?
Like as we mentioned before, things are forever changing. Technology has improved so much, and you're able to, find a lot of information and resources, shop for a car, do everything really at your fingertips. So with Chase, we're trying to meet our customers where they are. And we actually have a site, it's chase.com/drive, where you're able to shop for a vehicle, finance. You're also able to compare makes and models. There's calculators on there to determine loan amounts. And even despite the inventory shortages, there's a robust list of inventory on there. And we work daily with our team and our dealer partners to add to that list. And, we're continuously updating and trying to add more local dealers to the platform, simplify the application process. And we're able to now, we have for more than 4 million of our Chase customers, we're able to send pre-approved offers, which is a huge win as well. So that was a great platform that we were able to launch.
That sounds neat. I'm a Chase customer, and my wife's actually in the market for a vehicle. I'm gonna check that out so we can do the side-by-side comparisons.
Absolutely. It's a great
cool.
website. It's a great website. Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
Here at Babcock's, we recently launched a new brand called The Buzz. It covers all things EVs, all the way from cars to motorcycles to, off-road vehicles to fleets. EVs are coming.
Yes.
No matter how you feel about them, they're coming.
Absolutely.
And, they're going to definitely change everyone's business. How do you see them changing yours?
It's definitely coming. And, at Chase, we finance select new and used vehicles, and that includes electric vehicles. And we're no stranger to financing EV. We started back in 2018 when Jaguar Land Rover introduced their I-PACE. And really the process is the same for financing, whether it's gas or electric. The one change that customers may see is with the business model for companies like Rivian. I mean, they're direct to consumer. You're able to shop, finance, and purchase your vehicle all online. That's really going to be the one change. And with EV, obviously things are fast moving. It's happening whether you like it or not, but electric vehicles are still a relatively small part of the market, but it is growing fast, and we want to help people when they make that transition from gas to electric. And we actually have a website, it's EV Education Center, where you're able to go on there and learn about upfront costs to expect when you move to EV, information on batteries, and really, as I said, like help people make that transition and make that decision to move over to electric. And it's a part of the overall JP Morgan Chase commitment to helping the environment, supporting green technologies, and the overall impact to the environment. So we're really excited about that. Anyone that's looking at making the change to electric vehicles, definitely check it out because there's a lot of great information on there.
You know, we talked a little bit about your role at Chase earlier in the interview. You know, as things change, I mean, we've talked about EVs, we've talked about digital retailing. You know, maybe if we can circle back to your role, how do you see your role with Chase, you know, changing in the future?
You know, it's definitely going to change. You know, I've been in the role almost 2 years, but I feel like we're just getting started. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more to come. We are committed to these investments and working with minority dealers, and I really do. I see it evolving and us being able to help a lot more, and really excited and proud to work for a company like this where we have the commitment and the resources in place to help minority dealers.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to join us today on this Executive Spotlight. You know, before we go, is there anything more you'd like to share with our audience?
Yeah, really just to reiterate, things are changing. I think that's something we can all agree on. Things are changing quickly. JP Morgan Chase recognizes that, and we're going to continue to make investments and support this growth the best way we can to help support our customers, our dealer partners, and the manufacturers. And you know, personally, I love this industry. I'm really excited to see what the future holds. And things are going to continue to change and evolve, and it'll be interesting to see where things are in 5 years to come.
Thank you for joining us today. It's been great having you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for taking the time to join us for another AutoSuccess Executive Spotlight. Today, my guest was Arabah Woodberry. I'm your host, Brian Ankney, and we hope to see you again on a future AutoSuccess Executive Spotlight.